comes the beautiful Ophelia. Pretty lady, please remember me when you pray.
Hello, my lord. How have you been doing lately?
Very well, thank you. Well.
My lord, I have some mementos of yours that I've been meaning to give back to you for a long time. Please take them.
No, it wasn't me. I didn't give you anything.
My lord, you know very well that you did, and wrote letters to go along with them. Letters so sweetly written that they made your gifts even more valuable. Their perfume is gone now, so take them back. Nice gifts lose their value when their giver turns out not to be that nice.
Ha ha, are you good?
Excuse me?
Are you beautiful?
My lord, what are you talking about?
I'm just saying, if you're good and beautiful, your goodness should have nothing to do with your beauty.
But could beauty be really related to anything better than goodness?
Sure, since beauty's power can more easily change a good girl into a whore, then the power of goodness can change a beautiful girl into a virgin. This used to be a great puzzle, but now I've solved it. I used to love you.
You certain made me believe you did, my lord.
You shouldn't have believed me, since we're all rotten to the core. No matter how hard we try to be virtuous, I did not love you.
Then I guess I was misled.
Get yourself to a nunnery at once. Why would you want to give birth to any more sinners? I am fairly good myself, but I could accuse myself of such horrible crimes that it would have been better if my mother had never given birth to me. I'm arrogant, vengeful, and ambitious, with more ill will in me than I can fit into my thoughts, and more I have time to carry it out in. Why should people like crawling around between earth and heaven? Every one of us is a criminal. Don't believe any of us. Hurry to a nunnery. Where's your father?
He's at home, my lord.
Lock him in, so he can play the fool in his own home only.
Dear God, please help him.
If you marry, I'll give you this curse as your wedding present. Be as clean as ice, as pure as the driven snow, and you'll still get a bad reputation. Get yourself to a nunnery at once. Goodbye. If you have to get married, marry a fool, since wise men know far too well you will cheat on them. Goodbye.
Dear God, please make him normal again.
I've heard all about you women and your cosmetics too. God gives you one face, but you paint another one on top of it. You dance and prance and lisp. You call God's creation by pet names, and you excuse your sex-pot ploys by pleading ignorance. Come on, I won't stand for this anymore. It's driven me crazy. I hereby declare we will have no more marriage. Whoever is already married will stay married. All but one person. Everyone will stay single. Get yourself to a convent. Fast.
Oh, how noble his mind used to be, and how lost he is now. He used to have a gentleman's grace, a scholar's wit, and a soldier's strength. He used to be the jewel of our country, the obvious heir to the throne, the one everyone admired and imitated, and now he has fallen so low. And of all the miserable women who once enjoyed hearing his sweet, seductive words, I am the most miserable. A mind that used to sing so sweetly is now completely out of tune, making harsh sounds instead of fine notes. The unparalleled appearance and nobility he had in the full bloom of his youth has been ruined by madness. Oh, how miserable I am to see Hamlet now and what he was before.
What are your opinions on Ophelia returning the gifts to Hamlet?
I feel like it's her version of giving her love back to Hamlet, since her father had told her earlier in a couple scenes that she can no longer have anything to do with Hamlet. So these gifts to her symbolize her love for Hamlet, and when she gives it back, she's saying that she is going to give back her love, and she's no longer going to hold that love to her anymore.
I feel like she's being manipulated by her dad into giving them back, because I think she wants to be with Hamlet, and that her dad thinks that he's mad and crazy and has been trying to put a separation between them by convincing her that it's not a good idea.
Yeah, she's being controlled by men. She's not
Making her own decisions.
Yeah.
What is Hamlet's perception of beauty?
His perception of beauty is very twisted. He feels that if a woman is beautiful, then she is a whore, and if a woman is ugly, then she's virtuous. He feels that if a woman looks beautiful or has a sense of beauty, then she uses that beauty and she twists it into something that she can use to her own advantage. She uses her virginity as a way to get what she wants. She can act like a seductress to get how she wants and do what she pleases.
Pretty much you can't be pretty and innocent, and if you're beautiful, then you're using it to manipulate men.
If you're beautiful, then you are embodied sin, and if you're ugly, then you're embodied virtue. That's how he pretty much views beauty.
What is Hamlet's view on Ophelia?
Hamlet views Ophelia as easily manipulated. That he pretty much objectifies her. He uses her as an object, as like
An accessory.
yeah. He treats her as not a person and not as a human being. He treats her that she is an object that he can easily throw away and take back whenever he wishes. That he can use her whenever he pleases, and that it doesn't matter to him. He doesn't really care for her.
Pretty much, she's something that he can just use once and throw away.
Mm-hmm. And if he needs to bring her back, then he knows that she loves him wholly and she will accept him right back, even though he knows he's going to treat her like garbage, and she knows it very well as well.
From a feminist standpoint, how did Shakespeare portray Hamlet's and Ophelia's relationship and character?
He portrayed their relationship as this twisted cauldron of poison. He created these characters that he knew would not get along and who would just have this very sort of abusive relationship in a way. It's very mentally and verbally abusive.
They contradict each other. They don't go together. They basically are opposites, and their relationship doesn't really make sense at all.
They're too opposite to even go together. Yeah, it's a very poisonous relationship. He like verbally abuses her at every turn he can get, and she just lets it happen. She's very passive. She won't raise her voice to him at all. She goes along with it because she loves him, and it's a very
aggressive relationship.
Their love is very misconstrued. It's only in her mind that they love each other, and in Hamlet, it's just this toy he can play with at all costs. The way Ophelia is portrayed by Shakespeare is this very kind of like a docile lamb. She's very quiet, very passive, and she just goes along with whatever's told her, especially by men. Yeah, by men, she allows them to treat her however she wants. Like her father sort of treats her like a daughter, but sort of treats her like a toy or a pawn
Hamlet likes the fact that she's gullible, because he talks about saying, like, no, it wasn't me, I didn't give you anything, and are you good now? And just, like, acting like he never did the things that he did, and that she just will believe anything he will tell her.
Shakespeare portrayed Hamlet as this medieval misogynist. Like, he really does hate women, and it stemmed from his mother, and then it just left off to Ophelia. So he's a misogynist, straight up, point blank. He's a misogynist.
Last question. What is Hamlet's portrayal of women?
Back to when we said who Hamlet was, he's a misogynist. So his view of women is very, very little. There's no good that he really sees in women. He even condemns marriage, and he blames how marriages go on by women. Like, if they fail, it is the woman's fault. And he just has this very misconstrued idea of women because of past relationships that he's had. He sees them as these toys he can use and these toys he can misuse at any chance he wants to.
I think all of this stems from the fact that his mom immediately married right after his dad died, especially to his uncle. His view on women completely changed, and now he just objectifies them and thinks of them as objects and things he can manipulate and use until he's done with them and moves on to the next.
He's really okay with being offensive and being very defensive towards women and anything. He feels like it's okay to treat them like garbage, and since he is a man of power and a man alone, nobody says anything about it. No woman will ever say anything about it because it's not their place, and no man will say anything about it because Hamlet is a prince. He is a man of power. So nothing will be said and nothing will be changed, especially his opinion on women. It's going to stay very negative.
To Hamlet, women are inferior and he's superior.
Exactly that.
We can dance if we want to. We can leave your friends behind. 'Cause your friends don't dance, and if they don't dance, well, they're no friends of mine. Say, we can go where we want to.